sisters free. Send down the clouds of red, gold, and green. Peace on earth for all men. But I hope the day will come once more when we will reach that promised land. Jah, Jah, show me that river. Show me that river. Take me across to the land of my forefathers fair. But only chosen few will reach that promised land. We gonna sail on the Black Star Line. We gonna sail right on. Sail on the Black Star Line. Homeward bound. I'm a man of peace, but if it's war, I'm not gonna run. I wanna see my brothers and sisters free. Oh, I hope I live to see the day when all Africans will be free. Jah, Jah, show me that river. Show me that river. Take me across. Take me across to the land where I'll be the kings of kings. But only chosen few will reach that promised land. We gonna sail on the Black Star. We gonna sail on the Black Star. We gonna sail right on. Homeward bound. I'm a man of peace, but if it's war, I'm not gonna run. I wanna see my brothers and sisters free. Oh, I hope I live to see the day when all Africans will be free. Jah, Jah, show me that river. Show me that river. Take me across. Take me across to the land where I'll meet the kings of kings. Yeah, but only chosen few will reach that promised land. We gonna sail on the Black Star. We gonna sail right on. We gonna free all the African people. We gonna sail right on. Oh yeah.
Non-stopping, hot rockin', back-to-back music. The hits just keep coming.
Some people try
Non-stopping, hot rockin', back-to-back music, the hits just keep coming.
Strip of our culture, living in a strange land, but by our laws we can't hide. Blacker, 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 dread, 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 naughty, naughty, naughty rules. We are black. Yes, we are Africans. Can we be called Ethiopians? Living in a strange land, far, far away. Blacker, 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 dread, dread, dread. Naughty, naughty, naughty. We are black, we are Africans. Can we be called, yes, Ethiopians? Living in a strange land, far, far away. Blacker, 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 dread, dread, dread. Naughty, naughty, naughty rules. We are black, blacker, black. We are Africans. Can we be called Ethiopians? We are black, we are black. We are Africans. Yes. Can we be called
Non-stopping, hot rockin', back-to-back music, the hits just keep coming.
Stay in my corner, gee. It is better to give than to receive. Yes, we won't be falling short like Adam and Eve. No, Jah is on my side. He's my only guide. Through wintry nights and stormy days. Oh, what a plight. Stay in my corner. If you really wanna live forever, yeah, stay in my corner. If you wanna live forever, oh Lord, remember when you dig that pit yesterday?
Non-stoppin', hot rockin', back-to-back music, the hits just keep coming.
From you born in the ghetto, there's certain environments you've got to go through. From you born in the ghetto, there's certain environments you've got to go through. Like Bunker Factory, like Bunker Factory, Tim Bim, and then you school from school. And raise your borders, then hardly anyone can until it's too late. Whoa. Then some die by their guns, some by the blades, some make it through, yeah. Some seems to fade, yes, they fade away. Then some die by their guns, whoa. Some by the blades, some make it through, yeah. Some seems to fade, yes, they fade away. Whoa. Good God. Whoa. From you born in the ghetto, there's certain environments you've got to go through. From your born in the ghetto, there's certain environments you've got to go through. Like Bunker Factory, like Bunker Factory, and then you school from school. Me say go right for your skin and raise your borders, then hardly anyone until it's too late. Whoa. Then some die by their gun, some by the blade, some make it through, yeah. Some seems to fade, yes, they fade away.
Non-stoppin', hot rockin', back-to-back music, the hits just keep coming.
Seek the first in anything you ask for, will be given unto you. Good you do it for you. Youth men, honor your mother and father, that your days may be long on the land you live survive. Study the words of the Father, because in them you will find everlasting life. Give Jah praise every day. Get down on your knees and call out His name. Give Jah praise every day.
Non-stopping, hot rocking, back-to-back music, the hits just keep coming.
Seek Jah first in anything you ask for, will be given unto you. Could you do it for you? Seek Jah first in anything you ask for, will be given unto you. Could you do it for you? Honor your mother and father, that your days may be long on the land you live on. Pave the way for the children. Teach the children the truth, it will make them strong. Don't forget your culture. Keep the culture alive, got to strive to survive. Study the words of the Father, because in them you will find everlasting.
You can't take me for idiot. Both say you love me no feel that.
Lock it up, lock it in with your favorite radio DJ.
Things and Times. Things and Times. Channel of Enlightenment. You're in tune to Things and Times with Mr. Best. Things and Times.
Seek Jah first, anything you ask for will be given unto you. Could you do it for you? Honor your mother and father, that your days may be long on the land you live on. Pave the way for the children. Teach the children the truth, it will make them strong. Don't forget your culture. Keep the culture alive, got to strive to survive. Study the words of the Father, because in them you will find everlasting life. Give Jah praise every day. Get down on your knees and call out His name. Give Jah praise every day. He's the one forced to drive all your sorrows away. Give Jah praise every day. Wicked men do not like Him, but I'm not ashamed. Give Jah praise every day. Yesterday and today and forever the same. Give Jah praise every day. For His blessings and mercies, give praise to His name. Give Jah praise every day. Cause God's business is not a game. We should try to live in His perfect will. He commanded that thou shalt not kill, but the forces of evil abided still, and your brother's blood you did spill. Now the wages of sin is death, my friend. The gift of Jah is life. What you work for is what you'll be paid in the end. Save your people from heartache and strife. Now Jah commanded the sun to rule the day. The moon shines bright in the night. But whatever we do in the darkness and hide is bound to come out in the light. So give Jah praise every day. Get down on your knees and call out His name. Give Jah praise every day. He's the one forced to drive all your sorrows away. Give Jah praise every day. Wicked men do not like Him, but I'm not ashamed. Give Jah praise every day. Yesterday and forever the same. Honor your mother and father, that your days may be long on the land you live on. Pave the way for the children. Teach the children the truth, it will make them strong. Don't forget your culture. Keep the culture alive, got to strive to survive. Study the words of the Father, because in them you will find everlasting life. Give Jah praise every day. Get down on your knees and call out His name. Give Jah praise every day. He's the one forced to drive all your sorrows away. Give Jah praise every day. Wicked men do not like Him, but I'm not ashamed. Give Jah praise every day. Yesterday and today and forever the same. Give Jah praise. praise every day. Get down on your knees and call out his name. Give your praise every day.
He's a lucky thing I never get, swear lady. He's a lucky thing I never get, swear lady. And started to run, 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 I will never run away. And started to run, 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 I will never run away. Do you hear? Never run away. Never run, never run, never run away. They and them that stay high, they would have feel so nice, so nice. They and them that fight against high, you should see them rejoice. Until I to run, 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 I will never run away. Run, 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 I will never run away. Do you hear? Never run away. Never run, never run, never run away. I never run away. My black brother call me, and he reason with me. Everything he tells me. Oh yes, it's true. That's why I will never got to run, run, run. I will never run away. Run, run, run. I will never run away. Do you hear? Never run away. Never run, never run, never run away. I will never, could never, will never. I will never run away.
You can't take me for idiot. Both say you love me, me no feel that.
Lock it up, lock it in with your favorite radio DJ.
Things and Times. Things and Times. Channel of Enlightenment. You're in tune to Things and Times with Mr. Best. Things and Times.
Hey, anyone.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yes, the people ought to know that in the beginning, God created the earth and all the things therein. Yes, the people ought to know that He gave it to man to subdue and have dominion over everything on this earth. Oh yes, yes the people ought to know. Oh yes, the people ought to know. Yes, the people ought to know that man made a mess of this whole world. the people ought to know that Jah was displeased, and in his wrath he sent the flood to destroy wickedness. Oh yes, the people ought to know. Oh yes, the people ought to know. Tell them, I just gotta tell them. Yes, the people ought to know that God gave man a chance to redeem his soul once again. But it seems as if he wanna do the same. Sinfulness on this earth, oh yeah, wickedness. Oh yes, the people ought to know. Oh yes, the people ought to know. Oh yes, the people ought to know. Brimstone and fire. Brimstone and fire. Oh, the people ought to know. Oh, yes, the people ought to know. Yes, the people ought to know. Yes, the people ought to know. Whoa. Got to know. Yes, got to know. They got to know. No.
Yes, greetings. We're there with you. Yeah, the people definitely have to know. So people, we're there with you, and we say give thanks for those who comes in and listen to us, and those who are paying attention to culture expressions on Friday. Yeah, we must give credit where credit is due and thank people for their participation. You know, or we can say the indulgement. So this evening I want to talk about Muslims and Islam and the hypocrisy that we are watched across the world. Yes, the provocation that's been put on the Muslim. But first, I want to go to my favorite subject. You know what I mean? My favorite subject has always been the pastor. And not the subject, is the topic, the pastors. And then you see how we link the two things in. And hopefully you will see how we put the two things in. But may I remind you that that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Because you can lose people. And I don't intend to lose anybody in the mental capacity. Even though some people are just starting to wake up, and there's some people who are dismissive because when the truth or a truth come to them not recognize it because they've never heard that before, or they've constantly been told different things. And then once you underline those different things, it's a very difficult task to not erase, but to help that person to identify what you're projecting. So I'm always been saying that I personally and our elders who grew in the understanding, they were being looking for shepherds. So outside of the book that the Christian world them use, all of them, there's no room for pope or pastor. And all of those ministries that them have. And the closest one is the one that him carry the bishop. Yeah, the closest is him to the staff that him carry. Now, right there and then, they've been dealing with symbolism, and the general populace never know that. They weren't supposed to. It's only the people them in the theological practices that knew of these things. So the citizens and the general population, there's so many things that we were not privileged to. That doesn't mean that all those things, many of those things are bad. But what it means is that which you're saying as being said to be from God is not from God. It's from man. And it's through man's not interpretation, manipulation of peoples for their own just in, seeking to control populations. And that's what that system that leads us into what them call democracy has always been about. Rome controlling man on this earth, governing, dictating, every form of control. That's what them aspire to. And with our people being taught by the Europeans, we should have come of age long time recognizing what kind of people we have been living with. Because they're just bloodthirsty, warmongering set of people. It's no doubt. And it come to a stage where them can't help it. Because God is outside of that. And it's the way them carry themselves that makes us feel that it's not all of them. But naturally it's not all of them. It's those who are in control of the all. So it's still them, because it is their nation. It's just foolish that black people want to see themselves as part of that nation. And then when them smell something, them say, whoa, no. Until such time, they want the gratification. And you see me say black people, because they don't see themselves as African people. So that has a lot to do with the trauma from slavery. So another day for that. So we're staying with this thing now, because what is from God and it's given to a people, anyone, as if you give your woman friend, you propose to her, and then you don't, listen, you just engage her and you give her a ring, like I did. I'm talking what I did. Huh? And you bought a ring. And in my case, I didn't buy the ring. We got a fitting. So the ring actually fit. It wasn't one of them things that you find a way. Me did I try a piece of string and everything, and then, a little tricky fighting when she asleep and everything. We just put the thing around her finger, get a little thing, and then go to the place, and just get him. And him said, well, it won't be accurate. why don't you, Bevingtons, you know, big time jeweler in England, in London. And them just ask me, why don't I just bring the person? And you know, so it was meant to be a surprise thing, you know. But from the time I just turned around and I had to go back now and humble myself, eat humble pie, I just said, listen, this is what you need to do. Come follow me. And our finger was measured. And the ring was made. Now, that ring could have gone someone else's finger if they define it, if they have the same size. You understand? But I particularly, through being informed that this is the best way, chose that at the end. So that ring is still hers. And that was the engagement ring. So my point is, and just using that, is that God give the people them something. It's for their betterment. And it's not your friend like me and my partner. This is God, the creator of us. So that tribe, that race, that people who receive something from God, that's a treasure, that's your life. So, my point is, how dare you become satisfied and then become dissatisfied and say, well, I've now grown of an age, so I don't want to continue to lead my life this way. I do things this way. I'm intelligent now. I know more. I want to experiment. Stop this thing. Put it aside. Let me just do what we want to do. Because that's what they have done. Bani Israel did this. The people of Noah did this. We as human beings have been guilty of this from the time we came on this earth. But they weren't, those that I've just mentioned, they weren't given a book. They were given instructions. The book is instructions, but they were given instructions by their messenger or by their prophet that lived among them. And them recognize, them respect, and so forth. So you go all the way up to the beginning, after our father and mother, Adam and Hawa, Eve, and we find Noah. And the situation with Noah and the people them, when you read it, you see that the people them were doing very well, that race, right? Because this is the first one, you know. Those of you just don't understand or not realizing, this is the first community, this is the first nation, the first after our father Adam, alayhi salam, and Eve, alayhi salam. May the peace and blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Almighty, be upon them. Here comes Noah. So a civilization, a generation of people were formed and grew, or developed. And they were well pleased with their surrounding and their accomplishments. over a period of time, they become inquisitive. Naturally, this is us. And God gave us the ability of thought. This is one of the things that is not been emphasized in everyday so-called Christianity or whatever it is. So, after this, during this process, the curiosity of some of the people to disobey the commandments and doing good, let us put it in this term, was started by some, not by all, by some. And as a body of people, as a community of people, a tribe of people, a nation of people, there were consultations, call it public address and so forth, pertaining to these misdemeanors and these diversions and everything. So they're growing. But all of a sudden, a generation comes that becomes stubborn. And they were able to reflect on past situations and what was done then, what was said then, and they're saying that we're not going to tolerate that. We want to see these things through. So all of a sudden, now let's say we have gambling, drinking, yeah, all these vices. All kind of vices start happening. So God spoke to Noah and showed him, say, listen, inform the people that this is unruly. So he did all of these things, and them just tell him, say, watch out, we don't know you to be a good man, righteous man, and everything. But we've grown out of that now. We want to do what we want to do. We will come to you when we need your support or advice. Stop coming to us. Stop attending to us. And he asked them, in my words, what has thou done to thee? And they said, nothing. But we want to do what we want to do. So we will consult you when we feel it is necessary. But as of now, stop. You stop interfering and intervening among us. That was it. Them draw a line. Noah prayed to the Almighty God. Not that God not here. Come on, don't let's get stupid now. But Noah, in my work, him as a human being, he's not angelic, he's not an angel. Him not go to heaven and everything and all these things. So don't come with your mystifying stuff, because you see some people deal with these mysteries. You understand? So, in prayer and everything, and then him left him. Not leave and go somewhere, so him just go home. And God summons him and tell him they're stern in what they are doing. Now you're going to be strong in what you're going to do. And now, you know the story now. Noah now was instructed to build a ship, we call them today, an ark. And all of the righteous, the God-fearing, the ones who retain to be following the commands and who took the covenant with the Almighty, shall embark upon this ark along with Noah and the animals. But the animals not mentioned yet. Just to show you that it was about man first and foremost. Okay. That's just to build it in to show you that God is always involved in our affairs. You know, the church and the sustain is always here. It's not somewhere else. It doesn't cease to operate. You understand? Our life is awarded to us by the Almighty and is sustained and we are cherished by. Yeah? Our life, the thing that we call our body, how it works is by through God. You understand? And all the substances that we require, God give us. All of us. White man, black man, every man. Not white man, black man. European man. You understand? Chinese man, African man, everyone on this earth, including the animals and the insects and everything. And the ocean, how it works, and the mountains, how them stay stable, and so forth. And the temperature. Yeah, most importantly, you know, the temperature. You think America control and Russia control the ozone layer. I lie them I tell to you. Anyway, so this is what happens. Now, you know the story in short. I'm shorting it up now. The people them decide that Noah seemed to be mad, him losing him scuba and everything. So they laugh and jeer at him every day, every time them see him, right? Because they build this thing. Nobody never know about this thing, including himself. He don't know about nothing like that. But he's been given some instructions as to how to do what he was attempting to do. Okay, so he's not a Superman now with his laboratory and everything. He's just a man like every other man, human like every other human, but he's given instructions. Now, those of you who don't believe in anything to do with a God, you should try and understand these things. But because the people them don't instruct you and allow you to read these things carefully, so we understand that God is that which is being teaching and instructing us and aiding and supporting us throughout our existence and continue to do so, then those areas are missing. People then deal with the mysticisms and so forth. That is charming the soul. Okay, so stay with me, keep going. So we jump along and up to Noah's son now. This side, one of his son. This side that him now work with him father, him a deal with the people, with the mass multitude or population of the people. But him father, obviously, you know, I him flesh and blood and him he love him son, just like him love the people, but he love him son more. So him exercise himself with him son, as in trying to convince him and inform him and everything. And the boy just said no, right? So here come now, push come to shove now. God said, listen here what now, go get 2 of each animal and everything and bring them and board them onto this thing here and take your family and get ready. Okay. Noah goes after him son. Because him don't speak to the people a long time, you know, but them rebuke him all the time. So God is who had to tell him, stop that now. You understand? They have heard and they don't want to hear anymore. So stop it. What? Stop what? Stop begging them, pleading with them. So him gone to his son. And his son categorically told him, no, listen here, what happened. I'm going to go up to the top of the tree. Him tell him, say, no, that's not going to work. Him say, I'm going to go up to the top of the hill. Him said, that not working. He said, I'm going to go to the top of the highest mountain. Him said, no, that won't work either. Son, listen to me. Huh? The rain going to fall and everything is going to be covered. Everything will be covered over. The water is going to cover everything. It now stop. And them just look at him and say, listen, I'm going to be all right. May I go with the other people them. Say, I go Bacchanal, I go Stone Love. Yeah, man, him say him gone, you know. So, him father hurt, him heart hurt and everything. And God saw him say, listen, such is not life, but he's chosen, that is for his destiny. You understand? He will fail like the others will do. So, him get on the ark, the rain start come, the rain was coming, and the rain never stopped. And him lose that child. Now, we are reading this still, even though they keep tweaking it all the time, yeah? But with this tweaking, they've also decided to make that obsolete. Because now you have this New Testament and this Old Testament, all of these allegories, these stories, these histories, these events, they've made obsolete. So no pastor, bishop, pope, and everything, they don't go up there. Now you people must be saying, how the hell do you know that you're supposed to be a Muslim? Because I'm not stupid. I'm not saying that you were stupid, but I just don't understand how you keep following this thing. So this is what actually happened there. Now, why is this relevant? Now, how dare someone change that? On whose authority? Because a man I work with man, you know. If man them a follow God, then they don't have no authority from God to change what God set down. Is it? That means they will have to be telling us that they had counsel with God and God sent X person as a messenger or a prophet to what nation or what peoples and say that such and such has to be changed. Every 3 years, every 5 years, whatever the case is. Unfortunately, now you're in the X century, you have come of age now, so we need to tweak this verse. No, that's not working, but that's what they have done. Now, where did this thing start from? This thing start from Constantinople, Constantine, and all these different ones. Now, the Constantine thing is that he brought all of the peoples them together. You understand? To have a standardized understanding and a book. That's what the Constantine thing is all about. So what happened is they bring the best minds in theology, you know, or religion, whatever title you want to give, to one place. This is Constantine missioning people, you know. And them sit down and they bought what they've had, whether it's parchment, whether it's this, that. They bought what they have, and everyone read, recognize, and then them say, listen, now what we need to do is agree and put something together. So this took some time. And they did that. Now, what was this thing that they did? What were they working with? See? Africans, what were they working with? They're working with their thing. Okay. Unfortunately for Africa, they were given some little bits and snippets from here and there to the Greeks from Kemet and so forth. So they use all of these things and put them all together. I was going to say elope, but elope is not you can't use that word in English terminology. So anyhow, they merged these things together. So this is exactly what happened. In the meantime, the British, them, their fathers and different ones, they don't feel too with that, even though they participate big time. So them start work on, they never start working on their thing. And them had a thing, everybody had a thing, pagan, that we call paganism, this, that, right? So they don't want to leave out their thing. Their thing must fit in there somewhere. So the British hold on to their thing and just set with Constantine and did their thing. But at home, them still work out something that's going to set them above the others. That's what happened. Now, it didn't just happen in England, It happened in Germany too. The Lutherans, okay. So, these people, he let themselves and make themselves called saintly people. Now, God is not here now, This is man. I work something that satisfying themselves, and they might use God, big God and small God and little God and man God and spirit God and so forth. They might deal with a whole heap of things. And once it satisfied their desire, it was all good. Yes. And anyone that went out of line was gotten rid of. And we're not even dealing with the Inquisition. This is early. So let us speed forward this thing here now. Why is all of that? In Islam, the Quran, that not happen. It hasn't happened and it will not happen. What hasn't happened and will not happen. To look at verses in the Quran, or the Quran and say, listen, you see, Muhammad is gone, and we are big people now. We have a whole heap of oil, and we can build and make anything we want. Now, we are talking about ruling people now, big people now, people that have, in Arabia and all these so-called Arab places. Because that's how the world want to look at things, like them. It's in Arabic now, the Arabs control. Hey, wrong move again. So, through this has not happened. No interpolation and delete this and add this, and let we have some naked woman and a whole heap of harems, and let we have man marriages and woman marriages, and all of these decadence. No, we can't do that. Oh, we have Microsoft now, so the technology. We have Apple now, so we're supposed to engage with self in the 21st century technology and say, chop, go away with that one and put this thing inside here and take a philosophy from Gates and another one from Steve Jobs and, and even take Trump and put him inside there and everything is up to speed, you know what I mean? And then put Alan Greenspan, he's a great mind when it comes to economics, and stick that inside there because it did our work, you know what I mean? So through that did our work. Now we can deal with that now, move on. No. We don't do that. Islam don't do that. The Muslim will not do that. The Muslim will not consider, give thought in any kind of practicality or ideology or symbolic. No. It is God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's word we are work with. We have no authority to say that is outdated and remove that. Because we've come of age and we have Apple and we have G5 and we have this and we have that. No, not that now work. It will not work. It will not be attempted. So for the Western world, Islam is a serious threat to some of their leading people. Because we will not be succumb to that type of infiltration and nonsense. A God we work with. And it's God we fear. And the fear that we have for God is that we love God. We can't live without God. We cannot be sustained without God. We don't care how much man and woman say what they want to say different. We're not working with it. Not now, not ever. Our life and death is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. Not for the biggest man with weapons of destruction and money and mass persuasion. No, it not work that way. So we become a threat. Psychologically, we become a threat. Why we become a threat? Because we're not accessible to change. Which change? To change the Quran to suit. And then our women, instead of presenting themselves the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants society, them supposed to show themselves and so forth. And the man them supposed to go down in decadence. Now, throughout the decades and everything, they've got some of our men, because we're human. They've got like the natives of America, or the place we call America. Them taste that thing called rum and whiskey, and them get intoxicated and start not knowing what the hell is going on. And in the meantime, them get killed. And meantime, them lost them culture and their values. That's what happened. And that's what happens to people today. They just take one drink and everything. Them get drunk and then behave a certain way. Sometimes them kill themselves or they kill other people. Next time them get arrested for doing all kind of, right? So these are vices, man. So we have been there. Some of these people them come to the West and them check this thing out. And them say, wow. You understand? Because curiosity kills the cat. It's not a saying. But to rewrite and remove Al-Fatiha from the Quran, no. Remove verses from the Quran, no, we can't do that. And we will not do that. So, them use a word that we're fundamentalists. Now, well-educated people understand fundamentals and what the fundamentals of driving, teaching, being a doctor, what those fundamentals means, what it means, what the word means, what the implication. But no, them use it in a derogatory, in a sentence with a derogatory verse. So when people look upon the Muslim, them see fundamentalists. And then them put fundamental extremists. So people them who is not so well understanding with definitions, and it's still their country, through this thing is repetitive on our media network, radio and news and newspaper, they think, whoa, these people, damn fundamentalists, damn extremists, and then them brand the word terror. Rockstone. So we have three wicked bullocks that becomes bombs. Fundamentalist, extremist, terrorists. terrorists, extremists, fundamentalists. And it continues. And then we had Salman Rushdie disrespecting the British hierarchy, including the royals. And then, because he was a Muslim, and then the Prophet and the Muslims got to recognize this book, know of this man, but recognize this book, and sought for him not to release such, or to delete these verses, these sayings about the Queen and the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing upon him. And them said no. And them give him an opportunity to express himself and his reasoning behind this course of action that he's taking. And they sought with him to find out if this is what's being required by other sources. And him start deal with the Muslims, the intellectual Muslims, in scholarly Muslims, from all the houses, in a shabby manner. He disregarded them. He was offered great sums of money to just delete all these obscenities that is this provocative nonsense that is written about Her Majesty and the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing upon him. And he refused. So I told Khomeini put a fatwa upon him, and he knew what fatwa meant. So him gone and plead to the British government, constabulary, and we saw how he was treated by them. He was embraced. Nobody mentioned not a damn thing about the British hierarchy, how he dishonored it, disrespected it, nothing about the Queen, and so forth and so forth. So we knew that we were under attack, yet again. In the meantime, we're still brandished terrorist fanatics now. Oh yes, that word fanatics was also used. Every derogatory word or label. But when you who understand the definition, we wasn't trembling. But it's just because it's been day after day after day, month after month after, right? It just made people who didn't understand think that there was a tragedy, and they started to look at us, and they some resentment, some fear, not hostility, but just fear and so forth start happening. So now our standing in society started to dwindle. People very apprehensive, very curious, need to stay away. And then the terrorist thing come now. Everybody, when them see we now, are fright, them show fright. They want hurry up and move quick. And then we're supposed to be these suicide bombers. And then we're supposed to feel good about that because we're going to get 70 versions in a heaven. So all of these things happen. And then speed forward now. Europe, these people that were doing so well, all of a sudden everybody decide that they're going to beat up on Islam, on Muslim, not Islam, on Muslims. And they're getting world recognition from America and England And the French came on board. The Germans weren't saying much. The Germans are said that them are deal with immigration. They're getting flooded by immigrants. Yeah? And the Italians are saying the same thing. But with Italy, we're meeting with the Pope. We're trying to show the Pope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is what he's supposed to recognize and fear. How dare you say that you're Christ on earth? We're dealing with the Pope. Muslims. Because he's an authority over millions of people. Said rightly, we should take La ilaha illallah to such a person, such an office, such an institution. But nothing was working, not just with him. Then you had the Al-Qaeda, and they put all of these things, and we're meant to be the menace societies across the earth. And the more this dirtying of Muslims happen, the more Americans and Europeans were investigating Al-Islam. So the more rubbish, garbage them throw at Muslims, the more their subjects were inquiring, investigating Islam, not investigating the Muslim, but investigating Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Al-Quran. And the bulk population were, especially in America, were females. Investigating and transforming themselves, not even transforming, embracing Al-Islam. Not being like a hippie, not just putting on hijabs or long clothes, because the Quakers and these people, Dervish and those people, them dress that way. Islam is an educational vehicle. So there's a whole heap of learning, because Islam is based on instructions and a lot of do's and don'ts from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not from some man over Arabia and another man over in Persia and another man over in Africa and another man over in India. No, sir. So that didn't sit well. So, boof, here comes the biggest thing. We had 9/11. And 9/11 is like Hollywood. And what's the other big studio that no one talks about, you know? There's a big studio, not the pantomime studio, another big film studio. But nevertheless, we had 9/11 and all the passports and all these things and explosion and aircraft and everything was found in the wreckage and not burnt and scorched, and it said Saleh, and next one said Abdullah, next one said Muhammad, next one said Ahmed, and so forth. And we were meant to be the people who did this terrible thing and killed so much people and wounded so much people, maimed so much people. And we're still facing the aftermath in Iraq and Afghanistan up to today. So all of this was to dirty Muslims and prohibit people from investigating, this is what we're saying, investigating Al-Islam. And we're very vigilant and we pay attention to how them word they think. Because they don't say Islam, them say Muslim. They're very careful because they know say that Islam is Allah. You see? So them just say Muslims. And we feel good with that. We feel comfortable with that because we know say that them fear Allah. Them know. You understand? Them know. Okay. But it doesn't prohibit them from trying to tarnish Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's people. The ones who hear and obey as Allah's people. Because all of us are Allah's people. But some of us refuse to hear and obey. Who's that? The human beings on this earth. Now the people who have the Bible supposed to know better. If the Bible is from God. Or if the contents of what they call the Bible is from God, they're supposed to know better. He who knows better will do better. They haven't done so. Because it's not from God, period. But anyhow, we're being victims, Muslims being victims of the world from a long time, but it's just been speeded up in this modern age of technology and information. That's what has happened. Okay, let's speed forward because you'll get all of that. You say, what the hell is going on here? So what happens now? We have Mia say we need the shepherd. And the shepherd is Christ. Christ explained that those who lead from the example that God Almighty has given them, they are good shepherds to the people. Now, a shepherd is a person who takes care of the herd of sheep and his innate responsibility is to look after them and find mature pasture with water for the herd. Whilst doing so, look after their safety and then take them at the end of feed back to safety in the corrals, or a place you can say is the home. So this is a responsibility of taking care, finding good grazing ground, and then being there to protect them whilst they're feeding. Feeding in grazing, and then to drink, because you must have some area close by so they can quench their thirst. Oh yes, and take care of those who are lame for whatever reason, and those who are shedding young. Okay, so it's a serious responsibility, like a doctor, like a policeman, like a soldier, like a nurse. You see? Serious responsibility. So this is the shepherd. Now, the shepherd, the people, knows the shepherd and knows the shepherd's voice and knows the shepherd's instructions and commands comes from the Almighty. They have no doubts on whom the shepherd is revealing and who instructs the shepherd, so that the shepherd would then inform them as the herd, i.e. the people. They're in total agreement with that. It's just symbolic that the language is used, that the shepherd is dealing with a flock called sheep. But the example of a good shepherd is one who takes good care and responsibility of his herd, the sheep. So Christ gave the example of that which was already given before him to messengers and prophets prior to his existence, i.e. one called Moses, second, i.e. one called Abraham alayhi salam. Hey, but who is telling you this? A lay guy who's not come up in the school of theology, and is not using that school of thought or teaching or direction to enhance your mental capacity. And not really a capacity, an inability to learn the truth or to read the truth, and now I'm disseminating it in this fashion. And I've not put nothing there of myself at all. I've just read, recited what is there. I've not fixated it, but I've dramatized it. I've not twisted it. I've just laid it out with some drama. I've not changed the words. I've emphasized on a word. I'm not trying to hoodwink. I didn't try to manipulate. And I didn't put no illusions in there to entrap people's minds. What is this? Ezekiel chapter 34. Read it for yourself, the shepherd. But guess what? All of them books have changed it. Still talks about the shepherd, but the outline is not the same. Because they've come of age and changed the thing. So you don't have no sense of the time of following these commands. Therefore, my sheep, therefore a shepherd hears the voice, hears the word of the Lord. And that's what I just said. The instructions from a shepherd is from the Almighty. That's why the person now is looked upon as a shepherd, because he took an example of how the individual who takes care of sheep is called a shepherd, and how dutiful that person is in terms of their responsibility. So he then says that the shepherd heard the word, does hear the word of the Lord, and apply those words. Don't change it. I live as I hear the Lord commands. The instruction the Lord gives me keeps me alive. Surely because my flock hears my voice, they're not afraid of me. And my flock waits for me and obeys me. Yes, I lead my flock. This is meant to be Christ saying, I lead my flock to the fields, because there were no shepherds. Neither did my flock disobeyed me, for they heard my voice and know me. My flock gathers around me, whilst I feed them the word of God. See, my flock gather around me, whilst I feed them the word of God. So what am I talking about? You think about talk about sheep, but the illustration is how good sheep do obey the commands and instruction of a shepherd. Howbeit that man cannot obey the instructions that's given from God to man. Why do you all have discrepancies in these things? This is what is being amplified. But the example is that sheep obeys. Howbeit then that man that hears and have intellect and something is given unto them, awarded unto them, disobeys. This is the point. So what is all this? we are going somewhere now. What is all this? What is all this is that they've changed that to suit modern day man. And we went Ezekiel 34:1 and 34:24. Okay. So now we got John 10:11. I'm the good shepherd, and the good shepherds give life to the sheep. Yes, the good shepherd, the individual who's receiving instructions from God, is good. And he gives life to those who are hearing, are willfully hearing and willfully obeying. That's it. So now we go to Psalms 23:1 and 6. And Rastafari, I love this one here. But the church, the African, the black man church, them love it. You know what I mean? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. See it? See it there? Right? That's about, there's about 5 or 6 verses in the whole Bible that a lot of people them know by heart. They don't know nothing else. You understand? Yeah, we're going to get to that again. So you got Psalms 23, Psalm 23, verse 1 to 6. The Psalms of Dawood, allegedly Dawood. Right? Then we got John 10 and 14. I am the good shepherd. And my sheep know me. Okay. So then we got Ezekiel that I just read, 34:1 to 24. You see? And really with me, you would have read the whole of Ezekiel to understand not the implication, the instructions, the commands. Then you got 1 Peter. Watch me now. You look like me want to be a pastor too. You got 1 Peter 5 and 4. And when the chief shepherd shall appear, right? So he's talking. Peter is disseminating some conversation that they had, and they witness Christ doing, and they're saying, right? So then we got Peter, 1 Peter 2 and 25. For ye were as sheep going astray. So now how they're being called back and pulled back. You understand? Okay. Oh yeah, that other person that's up there with the Pope and these pastors, a bishop. Yeah, bishop, him have that curl stick, which is what the shepherds use. You understand? Right? And that's to show people, right, like my grandfather and grandmother, them know say a shepherd that, you know. Even though them call that person a bishop, right? They know that individual, not with him hat and him cloak and everything, just the staff him have in him hand, is portraying a shepherd. And me, from 6 years old, knew that from them, right? You understand? And when you see these photographs that them give and put out there, and you see like 7 days advance, and everybody use it, and you see, especially them Americans, and you see that Caucasian long-haired person in a field, sometimes the picture have a lamb in him arm. Another time, there's a lot of sheep round him foot and in the field, and him have one of them staff in him hand with a cookie thing going over it. So you know, so I shepherd that. Anyhow, right? And in England, you know, them have them trained dogs and shepherd dogs and everything. And very skillful. I like watching that display. You know, you go countryside and you see that, and the man then goes and they whistle something, and the dog just doing thing. Yeah. Right? So then we have Proverbs 27 and 23, right? How diligent one supposed to be, and the flock would be, right? And now we're talking about herds, right? What is this? That we're counseling a number of people, right? We're counseling a number of people. The people in my flock round, and you're reminding them of the covenant that we have taken with God Almighty, so we don't fall astray and everything. You understand? So when different peoples are trying to entrap them and Hollywood and Bollywood and everybody would try a thing, right? We are there with Proverbs now to reflect on Noah, reflect on Adam, Salam, on Noah, on Moses, and everything, you know. So Proverbs destroys you, watch. These are temptations that have from prior, right? And this is what happened, and this is the ditches that them fall into. But this is all the majesty of the Almighty, right? We capture them, cleanse them, and water them, and bring them up again, and freshen them up, and so forth. So, you understand? Okay. So then we got Hebrews now. Yeah? Hebrews. Hey, listen, Pastor, when you can't invite me, when you should invite me, don't try to think somebody try to take your job, you know. Right? You have Hebrew 13 and 20, talking about the peace of God, right? And the everlasting covenant that we should adhere to. We should not allow anything, right? And not the blood of sheep will help us in anything. Stop that. Deal with the everlasting covenant that was awarded and granted, and the instructions that is given to us by the Almighty God. You understand? Don't look for blood sacraments and everything. Hebrew 13 to 20. But as I would say, read all of the Hebrew 13 and you get the full information and you digest the thing properly. Don't just lift up chapter. But I'm only doing this like that because you see the illustration of shepherd. That's all I'm doing here, shepherd. Then we got Matthew 25 to 31 to 20, verse 25. Matthew 25, verses 31 to 46. Okay? So here again, we're talking about the Son of Man, giving reference to the holy angel Gabriel salam, and in instructions as in the correction of the man dealing with the sheep, right? So that's man again, right? The sheep. Then we come down to the one that everybody likes, not this verse, but Revelation. You understand? So we come down to Revelation about the Lamb, right? This is not mysticism. This is not four-headed this and that and beast and everybody. Right? This is Revelation 7 to 17. You read about the Lamb, right? What is this Lamb now? Right? We're graduating to the highest level, you know. You understand? So you should know what a lamb is, right? The lamb, we have given birth. Now we got lambs now. So we have to take care of our children, grandchildren, them, and raise them properly and understand and make them know that once them do such things, they be honored by the Almighty. Don't stray. You understand? Our turn here is getting short. We have age now. Our eyes are weaning and so forth. But we know so that water, the fountain from God, is still here with you and everything. It replenishes your life, everything. So, all my sons and daughters, children, as my tears are weeping right now, and my old age, and my eyes are getting tender and everything, trust me, hear me, and obey the covenant that our forefathers them took from the Almighty God. This is what is amplified there in Revelation 7:17. This is the elders speaking to the next generation that's coming, informing them. Our time is coming soon. We're frail. We're frail now. We haven't got all the energy, but adhere to these instructions that was passed down from previous generation unto us. We've held it ourselves, and God has given us this long innings. We are talking about the books, them does say that people last for 100 and this and that. We don't know if them time is like our time in terms of how they count and everything. But nevertheless, this is what these people put there. And then we got Ephesians. Yes, yeah, boy, may I go on somewhere now. We got Ephesians now, 4:11, and I would say read the whole of that, because this is where the Anglican, the Protestants, and all them divided themselves, right? With this teaching here, they all decided, because you talk about everlasting, and this one becomes the evangelist, right, and so forth, and yes. So in here now you got the instructions that we should not push the prophets and the messengers aside and so forth. So them use words here like apostle, and then for the first time in the book, you see that them say pastors and teachers. Now, this is the interpolation that they put in there. It's not shepherd now. Them use the word prophet, evangelist, and pastors. So this is where the break, Ephesians come, and you find Protestant, Anglicans, all these domination comes there, because they threaded that thing in this Ephesians, and it's set for changes that they've brought about. And those of you who know the book, whether you read the Metaphysics to know that or not, you know that. And those over there, them theologians and those people that are very up there with the theology and so forth, them say maybe he was one of those students that got run out of the place, and that's why he's doing what he's doing. No, I never attended. I didn't want to attend, and I didn't want to be no preacher and everything. I didn't mind reading in the church, but it never aspired to me to become a reverend or anything of that nature because of the fact that I read. Okay, that's a different conversation. We're supposed to have that with another person. Now we have Matthew, right? We had Matthew before, and like me, I'm going to put this in chronological order, but we had Matthew 25, verse 31 to 46, and I'm saying read the whole of the 25. Don't bother, just highlight those two areas. And now we have Matthew 9 to 36, right? Again, about the multitude and everything, showing how to congregate the people, bring the people them together, explain the teaching of the good shepherd, watering the flock, so that you can get their attention, make them understand that there's a journey, and God is the sustainer in that journey. He never fails us in that journey, not just in oxygen, in water, and in life forms. He's a comforter, he's a sustainer, the church and the sustainer. Functionality. That's Matthew 9, the whole of it. But just to condense that ingredients is 9 to 36, right? But if you just read 9, the whole of 9, right, you can captivate everything. So then we come back to Peter, you see. Peter big in this, you know, because we have Peter 1, we have Peter 1, 5 to 4, Peter 1, 2 to 25, and now we come Peter again, you know. Peter, why will I tell you? 1 Peter 5 and 8, and this is about vigilance, so that we don't slip. We don't let somebody come now and offend you and everything, and that person come the disguise of the devil. So you know that story that people them say, wolf in sheep clothing. Yes, a person will come and pretend to be a shepherd, right? Pretend to be a shepherd, but a lead we wrong. You understand? lead we to be food for the lion. Right? Now you know say lion don't want dead meat. They want slay what them are gonna eat. Huh? But this devil put we in the way of malice and everything so that we get destroyed. So we become weak and everything, and them just devour with spirit. Right? This is the illustration here. Peter 5, 1 Peter 5. Right? Then we come to this. You see all these names here, they're not Africans, are they? So we come to Luke. You know, people are think like, wait a minute, him gone Ezekiel, him gone Peter, him gone Proverbs, him gone Hebrew, him gone Matthew, him gone Revelation, him gone Ephesians, him gone Matthew again, him gone Peter again. Now him come Luke. Boy, that boy there was in the church, you know, and him get kicked out, and look how him go on. That's how some people are talk out there, you know. But I was never none of that. I only read in the church. I never get kicked out in our church. No way. No way, Jose. So now we have Luke 2 and 8. And my grandmother, my grandparents, were my teachers. By the time I come to England now, I got them people, them see me and them hear me can read and everything. The bishop and them of the reverend and the bishop of the church of that area did not hesitate to connect with my parents them and said them would like me for join them church and read and this and that and that and that and everything. It took a whole week for my mother and my uncle them to wash the choir boy uniform. The thing was, it was black and white. The black one, oh gosh, man. Them wash it till Jesus, please. See the message, Jesus, right? The white was fine. Them wash that. Them bleach it. Them what do you call the thing? Them starch it and hang it out and then iron it, and it look wonderful. I tell you. But you see that black thing? Oh God, man. Them wash that. It took a whole week. Then wash that. That thing that was black. All the water come black, like it was dyed. By the time them finish wash that thing they look silky. Oh gosh, man. So when we come to church now, that Sunday, right, with this thing on. Oh God, man. Bishop and Reverend don't look like me. They don't look like me at all. I tell you, this is 1968. They don't look like me at all. I tell you, Chris. They want to know from my mother what did they do, man. My mother just said the thing hurt everybody in the house arms. Oh, she have to wash it and everything. Yeah. Okay, we're there on Luke 2 to 8, and this is about country now. It's about country, and where you get country again, you know. You see, because you think say you deal with a community or a group of people, but where we get country again is when you go to Ephesians. You go to Ephesians. That's when them start split up themselves as evangelists and this and that and the other thing, right? But Luke, the whole indication is that the shepherd is all across the country and everything. It's not just in one little community and everything and so forth, right? So they say keep watch over their flocks. You understand, right? So it's not that it's in your area and somebody dismiss them, their Brixton. No. And Hackney. No. It's everywhere. You understand? Now, what's all this about? This is about Islam now. Islam would not change. All of these things are here, but not being used. Because you have a person called pastor. And anybody, that's why you read all the headings. Because any people out there that say, Chai must say this. And I gave you Ephesians, Matthew, Revelation, and so forth. Right? So people can read for themselves, go and look for themselves and see. Don't take what I'm saying. I'm not putting myself, but hear what now with the Quran and France. We cannot change and will not change any verses or change the Quran to suit people and to suit the appetite of Western world and democracies and say that we're 21st century, blah, 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 and this thing is 1,400 years old. It's about time we move on. No. It's not. We can't do that because we don't know, we say this is from God. God not change it. So who the hell is we to change it? You understand? Right? We're not even living a dot of the Quran. We're trying to apply ourselves to the instructions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And all we are saying is, Alhamdulillah, we are giving thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but we trip, and we have met Tawbah. Are human beings. So since we're steadfast in that, and all the ills that they throw at us, we're extremists, we're fundamentalists. The Quakers them run from England because they were deemed to be extremists, so they wanted religious freedom. What did they do when them get to this place called the free land, America? Them butchered everything that was dear. It's in a them. Them butchered the native people as dear. Then they went across the waters again and enslaved the people them from the continent of Africa. Ill-treat them for years and made millions on everything and still is ill-treating them. And we learn another word and more word, racism and all kind of thing. Huh? And what did they do with us? Them take the natives and give them alcohol. What them do with us? Them give away drug. And then we get involved with that. We start take it, we start sell it, and we capture our own people in the same goddamn drug thing in America. Now we do it in Jamaica, now we do it in Trinidad. And then at the end of the day is we are intoxicating and ill-treating ourselves and then killing one another for this thing and trying to be popular for a second with this thing. Huh? This is how these people dehumanize people. Now with the Muslims, them try. Them not broke way. Them do the same thing with the Panther, covert operation. Them try, infiltrate it by using us again. And what did we do? Broke we self. What did them do? Kill we off, it put we in prison and everything forever. And we still ain't moved. So here comes Islam now. Muslims, they're trying this thing. So these people now come up with their move of disrespecting our messenger. People them say that Christ, them say Jesus, him had a lover. There's no documentation of not such things. Them say his relationship or his closeness with James, they must be partners. Then them another group say he was married. He would have had to have some form of relationship. Them now deal with his instructions, you know. You understand? Them a deal with perverted things. So them take our prophet and want to create all kind of cartoon and make joke. And we are saying no to that. The Englishman can sit down and their so-called comics can come up and talk about Jesus Christ and whoever, and people sit down there, and it's supposed to be a Christian nation, And them laugh and go on. Then you hear some jackass black people turn around and say, but the people, them, it's only humor. So similarly, with this so-called ignorant people just want to get along with these people and said it's just humor. It's the same way someone come would use some derogatory thing against our mother, our mothers, and nobody knocks out them teeth and slap them face. A person look upon another person playing some record and say, suck out your mother. And that's supposed to be all right. Because you already take Jesus Christ and demean Jesus Christ and take God and make joke. Now, we Muslims, we not do that and we're not letting anybody do that. Me not do that let nobody do that with my mother. You have to kill me first. And plus, I'm not going to be in anything with you that you would have to do that to my mother. I said such things like that to me. So I'm not going to be in that congregation. I'm not going to be in that field. I'm a good sheep. I'm not going to be a sheep get lost and I'm there upon stony ground. So that you would then use some derogatory thing to me because the both of us are into some ragatarian something. But we're not allowing these things. But then the media said that we're extremist fundamentalists and terrorists. And them want religious freedom and we're not, we're opposing it. No, that's not religious freedom. And them talk about freedom of expression and everything. No, there's a line. And all that I read there before, there's lines. This is generations of people coming right up to us. And the whole thing is about how to uphold your dignity and your morality, your ethical principles. This is what God is showing through Christ. And we see the same thing through Muhammad. Because this is Muhammad come from God Almighty. So shouldn't we represent Muhammad? And that we do, and we will never stop. So now you have political chaos. And it's supposed to be, the world is supposed to be in this pandemic. Trump kicked that guy out of his circle. He have no standing in that circle. So I have to find something else to do to get back in the club. Now he can't go and provoke a war somewhere. So he might use his own people them, but he might use Islam, Muslims and Islam as a battering stick, battering ram. And he might create interfere with a hornet's nest right now. Can you think so that this is just jihadi John and all these foolish ass people that people have been talking about? No. These all them things were setups. Now you deal with the Muslim world. Because you exploit for too long. And you're provoking political chaos. And you're not looking after your own subjects. And you're inciting your subjects now for what? Ethnic, not ethnic cleansing, ethnic fights, ethnic war, ethnic trauma. So I'm to the moral principles. And the United Nations, all these people that's supposed to be there to keep high moral standard and peace and tranquility on this earth and everything. Where are they? From the day you laugh at Marcus Garvey, and not Marcus Garvey, from the day when I try to humiliate His Imperial Majesty, look at Uno. Uno can't exist. Useless type of people, whether you're black inside there or not. Because it's only 4 one that control that goddamn place. The rest of them are nothing there. So the Muslim not going to succumb to none of your nonsense. Now, black people, African people, learn from this. Learn from this. Because why you must learn from this? The continent ain't come for us. The continent doesn't recognize its lost children to come and get them and help them and liberate them, emancipate them. It hasn't. It hasn't. Huh? And we've been abused constantly. And racism is just part of the iceberg, not the tip. Huh? But they use that one there just to let us understand that they're in charge. And to keep us in a space that they've designed for us. And every cycle comes, they use it to infringe upon our children so that we have a number of them that is traumatized. And they prohibit them from learning, from advancing in technologies and education. It's deliberately done. But we've got people that want to be like, you know, it's all right, mate, because they're into football and all this jackass stupidness. And football is football. It has its place, but don't have no time. Playing amusement don't have no time. It's a moment. It's just a fleeting moment. And that's all it's supposed to be. Anyone who grab it more than that, we have lost the scent. It's a fleeting moment. Basketball, football, music, everything. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, our life should not be play and amusement. It's greater things. Because this journey, I want to go home. This journey, this knowledge, this base here, I want to be able to go home. I want to be with my Father, my God. See what I mean? I'm following the world trend, Father. We don't have Abba in Islam when we talk about God. See how you get intoxicated with these things? Gee. So that's what we want. Because we live, but we have to live good, do good, obey God. Huh? So when we die, our soul goes back to the Almighty. Huh? And our examination, when we're examined by the Almighty, is favorable. And we pass. Because if not, we finish. But you're going to say, well, who tell you that? God tell you that. Has anybody come back and tell you that? Why are you talking like that? Nobody not come back and tell me nothing. But God tell you that. God told us that. God made Muhammad, peace and blessing upon him, see things, recognize things, and come here, come back here. Because he ascended, come back here and tell us. That's how come we pray the way we pray. And many other things. So we are shown and we are certain. Huh? We are certain. We not speculate. We're not charged up. We're certain. Because he has been and still is our shepherd. And a good shepherd. And a truthful, honest shepherd. Oh, yes. Al-Quran is what he was awarded for mankind. Not for a kind of man, for mankind. Al-Quran. Why? Because our fathers, Bani Israel, disobeyed and transformed the tablets and exchanged the tablets for Mammon, Bani Israel, the children of Yaqub, our fathers. O ye African people, that's what happened. So the Comforter, Muhammad, was sent. But the Comforter of Muhammad was given what was given prior to those civilizations, those tribes, those nations before. That's why when a person read the Quran, you see similarities. You see a David, you see a Musa, and so forth and so forth. But it's not the same thing. People, we will not change. And this political chaos that the French is using is inciting the Muslims across the earth. And why should he do such a thing when we're all in darkness together, allegedly, and we're concerned about our health, our lives in this time, and he should be concerned with his citizens, his population. He's inciting them. And he's trying to get back in the club of those master people. I hope the brothers in Chad and Sierra Leone and Senegal recognize this as they've recognized other things and work hard to part all company with the French. And I hope someone helps our brothers and sisters in Haiti to do but the same. Do you all recognize what they've done to Haiti from the time of Napoleon to now? These people are dangerous. Well, we know that. But I'm just using the term. They're very, very dangerous. So, what's the cause and the effect? America, they want racial war to eradicate thousands, hundreds and thousands of black young men and some women. When it's supposed to be about constitutional change, it's supposed to be about some justice from how we've been ill-treated and the world saw. It's moved to people going crazy, allegedly vandalizing, and it's not been the case. It is being provoked, it's been orchestrated, and that's what's being discussed right now. Just because we haven't kept to ourselves and developed our own dignity and our own pride. Learn something from Islam. Learn something from the Muslims. I tell you. That's why I said how I put it from the beginning. All those things being thrown at us. And the more they try to stink up, dirty up the Muslims, the more their people investigate Islam. But it hasn't stopped them. They keep doing it. Islam don't belong to man. It is for man. Islam is Allah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make you all understand how I've tried to put this the best way I possibly can. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala encourage you and motivate you all to seek for shepherds. We have them. But to be a good shepherd, you don't earn money. You earn grace and gratitude. You earn loves and good sentiments from people. You don't earn money. You don't. See? So nobody don't want to be no shepherd. You understand? That's why you add the wolf, yeah, in sheep clothing. You understand? Because they want to come and prop themselves up and hijack things, you know, and thief up the sheep them. You understand? And then tomorrow, them say that some wolf came and slaughtered or devoured a few. You understand? So, you know, but we need this. And the lovers of Marcus Garvey, you hear me talk about how great the prophet is? Yeah. But we apply what he brought. And we live the life that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala required of him to give us as an example. We don't just sit and talk Muhammad. Peace and blessing upon him. We don't. Huh? Could you imagine 1 billion people just talking Muhammad and ain't doing nothing, ain't building nothing, ain't orchestrating nothing? That's what the world is afraid of. They know so that we can govern this earth. Huh? You understand? As a people, as Muslim, al-Islam. They know so that we can have the Khalifa again, and control mankind on this earth, right? And when we say control, you know, it's for people to do that which is right and sincere. You understand? Truthful government, truthful banking. You understand? That's it. So they don't want that. They don't want that. But it will come. It will come. Them can't lock God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in a box and dash it where and have the key, like how they make their movie. It will come. You understand? So the people who keep chatting Garvey and hasn't got a ship, that's all I can throw at them. You haven't got a Black Star liner that's gone into Africa. You haven't got no negotiations with Africa. You haven't got no airline going into Africa and so forth. Stop talk. Build something. Build something. All this talking and not contribute, not put nothing down. It's nothing. You understand? My son is a Hafiz of Quran. He's memorized the Quran. Huh? He will be classified a Hafiz at this level. You understand? And he's moving well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to bless him and guide us as a family. You understand? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala seal his health. Huh? And all the children out there, and all the African Caribbean children in this country, that are now Hafiz, reciters of Quran, memorization of Quran and everything. Come on. Come check us. And if you're vexed, bring your child. And we bring our child. And let us see of the Bible what your child can recite. And we will show you how our children can recite the whole Quran. And how our children can translate that into English. Several of them can read it, and another group can give the translation as they read. Bring that challenge. Come for us. Invite us. Have a 5-hour conference. Invite us and see. And then change. Not change to become a Muslim. Change to have some respect for Islam, but change to do something for African Caribbean people, and do something for Marcus Garvey and the people them who were following Marcus Garvey and the people them who wanted to go back to the continent of Africa. You understand? All this talking and showing a person how much one can recall of all the different pieces of script documents that you read is of no use. It's of no use. That you see how Miss Scatter shot everything? I scattershot everything. You know when I get great, and may I use the word great, is if me have someone else, a number of people that we are chat. May I tell you, and believe me, may I talk from my head. May I talk from my head. You understand? Because these are things that I learned when I was 6 and 7 of age. Years of age. So I tie up my tongue. You understand? Not as a Catholic and all of that. At a Church of England. You understand? Right? And just my free time with my family, where I read. My father wanted me to read about Robinson Crusoe and Friar Tuck and Robin Hood and all these people. Nah, me never want to read them things, a foolishness. You understand? And then them Jeremy rhymes thing, me never want to deal with. Right? One thing that I was good at, I could write some poetry, love poetry, poetry of the wind, poetry of the sky, you know what I mean? Just how the sky looks so nice and the clouds, how it move, you know, and how the wind make you feel good and then it get chilly and this and that and everything else and so forth, you know. I love that type of writing, that kind of thing. We used to do that, you know. Oh yeah, look at a girl and just tell her she looks so beautiful and her smile is like a star in the light and all kind of thing like that, you know. I like them something there, but for they sit down and just tell a person that Muhammad this, no. We can read about Muhammad and we will have circles about Muhammad because we all want to be like Muhammad. You understand? But what did Muhammad say to do? Follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Be obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Develop your life. You understand? Build a family, right? Build a family. Corral a family. Right? And from there on, make sure that your family, that which you build is an institution for your children, then will follow suit and so forth and so forth. You understand? And as a man now, you have to just take care of the family and so forth. And then you join families together and then institutions start building again, because from families come together, institutions start building. And then they call themselves businesses and all that. Yeah, that's what we do. Right? That's what we do. And just because we're 1 and 2 and a penny in England as African Caribbean Muslims, you're not seeing that big. But look at the greater picture of the Muslim population. You're seeing it. It's just that you want to be prejudiced, which we all are, but at the same time, you use racial dogma to show some animosity against other Muslims, other human beings, other people. We ain't time for all that foolishness. We don't have time for it. We know our position. We know say we're Africans. We know that we're the bottom of the pile and everything. But then we know so that we're the top of top with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? We're human beings. If we follow the world agenda, we'll all be stuck in this racial dogma. You understand? And racism and the abuse of racism is to entrap us. We spent so much time with those people dealing with that and ain't gone nowhere because we're busy with them and their ills and structures that they've made, that they've put there. We have Muslims, we know about racism and all that. We're not spending no time with it. You understand? Because then it would just bog us down, entrap us. Entrap us. How much masters are we going to have? Muhammad is our guide. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our life. So where does secularism and all of these things come in? Nah, that's a delusion. That's a distraction, right? African, Caribbean and African people need to understand that. You see? And I'm here, along with some other people doing their thing elsewhere, just to show us that. We have to have our own agenda and we'll be successful. But if we have so many different agendas and we have a whole heap of sound bites, we're not going to be successful because we don't know what we're doing and we pretend to know what we're doing. So Garveys, you need a plane. You need a plane or a ship. You need some negotiations to be taking place long time so that all our children know our grandchildren now should have been in Africa. You understand? But it hasn't happened because they're just talking. You don't have the zeal. You don't have the zeal. You don't spend any money to build a ship. You don't put together all these musicians and earn some capital like Richard Branson and have a UNIA office and some Black Star liners. See? So stop it, man. Wasting people's time. Astaghfirullah. So here we go again. I'm going to go here. It's not on my chest that, It's just that we have this problem. John 16, 12 and 14. Why am I using this? Because this is where you all are hooked up in. You understand? I'm not like Dr. York and Farrakhan. I use the Bible and say that they're a Muslim and everything. No. I'm using the Bible verses for our people who is in that. They're in the King James and everything. You understand? And just to show them that the pastor is not guiding them correct and so forth. And they must learn to read for themselves. You understand? And then when you find out things, now you say, listen, let me go back to this and that and the other. And then probably you meet me down the road. Not meet me literally down the road here in England, but down the road in worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and being guided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and appreciate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and be a beautiful person. Not that you're not beautiful, be a beautiful person in terms of obedience. See? We can't have daggering, undressing, and all them something there with girls and all these foolishness. No. Right? I have yet many things to say unto you, but ye cannot bear them now. Howbeit, when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you unto all truth. But he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, he shall speak, and he will glorify me. You understand? So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all, guide you all, and forgive me. We'll go out now. We'll play about 3 tunes, we're gone. Listen.
It's gonna turn one day. Wickedness will burn one day. One day soon. One day. Jah will wipe all our sorrows away. And that is when the wicked men will have to pay.
You see Upper Birmingham, Bradford, Leeds, Sheffield, Northampton, Manchester, and Leicester. We are enough in terms of, we're not in the hundreds, but we're there as Muslims. You understand? And in London, all around London as Muslims, Muslims who follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and who is led by what you all would call Orthodox Muslims, by Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? We're there, right? We're not, if in London, if we were a big population, a big number, you would have seen we have our own mosque and so forth, because it would be necessary. But we just have institutions and we have teachers in various communities all across London, right? Here, because we're educated in the British curriculum and so forth. So we learn our services there, and we ourselves have to learn. And I've learned and are learning Arabic and so forth, so we know our deen and we can read our book correctly. You understand? So these are all the steps that every person have to make. So if some of us out there saying, boy, that's your prerogative. But we have done that. Also, many of us have are reading, We have learned other languages. Those languages are languages from the continent. You understand? So why is the Garvey people is talking? Institutions need to be building as well. Language needs to be here too, as well. You understand? So it's either you want to deal with Latin and you're in love with Latin because it's English, and then it's Africa. Well, I don't know. Right? Because you see, your memories won't leave you alone. And that's the problem. You understand? That's the problem. You see, once the memory got you there like that, it's not so easy to get out, you know. Because it's just like me as a sound man. The memory good. You know that, you know? And I can get submerged in that to the point that I'm not escaping. What may I look for? I look for two tunes, you know. You see? Because I want to show a man say. Yeah, so it's just a not clean up, but recognize, and it's a new day, man. We'll live with children in confusion. And it's full time that we change. Yes, Chesede. Guidance. Hey, what was running in the 80s and the 90s of England, yeah? That should be assessed and evaluated, and there's some good can be extracted of that, and the rest of it's supposed to throw in the dustbin. You understand? Because where have we evolved to? And that's one of the biggest problem with our people. You understand? We're not good at assessing and evaluating ourselves. In all our work as statutory employees, yeah, you have to assess and evaluate quarterly. So by the end of the year, you have all 3-4 reports. You understand? So next year, you're not in the same place. And the program that you run isn't stagnating. And there's no accountability. And you're found not to be credible. And the people that you're hurting and you're not supporting is young people. It's young people. How the hell can you continue just saying something and not materializing nothing, not building nothing, not having nothing to show for the thing, and then don't assess and evaluate to look at progression? Not a good teacher. Not a good teacher. Whether it's British, Canadian, or American, or Russian education, there's a structure. And we're human beings. Give credit where credit is due. So, if you're doing something and you're not assessing and evaluating the something, what the hell are you doing? You can't call that education. Yeah, it's just an individual trying to make people recognize what we are or that we know something. You understand? That's the long and the short of the whole thing. You see? Business people, they don't just do their books, you know. They assess and evaluate them business. That's what they do. From the janitor right up to the top salesperson and the importers and the storerooms accountability. You have to do those things consistently, not just one time and say, yeah, we made $1 million. And then next year, you've lost more than $1 million. Now you have to claim bankruptcy. You understand? So people need to know accountability, man, right? Now, even in the Caribbean, when we say we are run government, certain things have happened and no one is assessing the social science of Edward Seaga and even Norman Manley. So we can move forward. So different peoples come running the same thing, and then someone just saw the badge and them turn and say, wait a minute, like they never see the badge before. Gee whiz. Ignorance. And then want to make people believe say that the badge just come yesterday. No, it wasn't. It's been there for decades. It just never look. Backside. You understand? And that's throughout the islands. It's not just Jamaica that did it. You understand? So they're assessing the value so it can move forward. A person who's in computer, Microsoft has always been assessing and evaluating from Windows, from the DOS to Windows, then to Windows 90, 95, all these things. Way up. Now we got Windows 10. You understand? So instead of 95 gone, this, that, the other, it just turn the numerals and come right back and start a new thing. And now you're gone Windows, right? So the office and everything is being assessed and evaluated by the users of the thing, giving information to the architects of the program. So they take some of those same sentiments from the people and put into these programs to enhance the program and show the people them that yet they are working with the people, right? So it's the most popular thing on the planet because it's working with the people. That's why the man become a billionaire and all his staff and him gone doing something else and the people, that's how it works. Apple, but the same. You understand? And every bigger company, but the same, Fords and everybody and so forth. Yeah. You know what I mean? Marks and Spencers and all of these things. And we're living right here. It's not that we're living on Mars. But it seems that we're not trying to learn. And that's hurting. You know what I mean? That hurts. Because these are trivial things. They're so trivial, it's untrue. Right? It's trivial. You understand? So, before me lash somebody, guidance, Luciana.
Though the journey seems so long, yeah, we know this battle must be won, yeah. And though sometimes they treat us wrong, yeah.
You see, we have some big people, you know. Them have children, everything, and so forth. But them is the same people that are prey upon young girls them now because they want something, they must say they want something fresh. You understand? And them don't mind going to some place where everybody has skin out and all them something there. They don't speak against such vulgarity and such humility. They don't. So where's the change? How we deal with change? So to build the Black Star Line, you have to have people them that highly motivated to do what? To run the Starliner course. We should have been approaching Africa. We should have been building fleets. Not just ship, but airways. We should have been looking at what we call artists, and instead of having these alleged competitions and all kind of thing, and making a big bag of money for me and my brethren them, we'll do something for the people. Huh? By the end of the day, we have several airplanes and pilots well trained throughout the continent, back and forth. Why is our most executives are speaking, organizing, developing, looking at land, all kind of thing on the continent? Excellence. And we have a vast number of excellent, well-educated peoples throughout the islands. So the resource is there. The vision and guidance is not forthcoming. How you think so that we have bank as Muslims in England? Do you know what we had to go through? We set up a bank, give it Islamic name, and then the Bank of England and other fraternities tried to make life difficult. So we succumbed to that, legislate ourselves in alliance with their rules, and then we name the thing the Muslim Bank of England. You should have seen that. Nearly 5 years down the road, we have digest, we have trained hundreds of staff. We've applied to British legislated laws in banking. And we have implemented Islamic Sharia banking methodology. Did you not realize that? No. You're too busy lambasting. We ain't got an African Caribbean bank in England. We have what? These money senders and Western Unions and all these other people. The Turkish just come the other day, them start running those things. But the Turkish have banks. The Greeks have banks. The Italians have banks. We're consumers because we're engaging with elders that keeps talking. I'd like to see one of them people there fishing. You got your rod and you're chatting. And then you leave and someone say, wait, so we are going to eat? You're eating the rod and the line and the hook. Because you're not really fishing. You're talking. Instead of going and find a fisherman and let that fisherman do the fishing for you, and you occupy yourself in your talking, which would be much better. You're trying to be a fisherman and talking, and you're not catching no fish. You could also say that the fish them not interested in your conversation. the fish is trying to avoid being hooked. So you don't have no bait. And Garvey wasn't about creaming people. It's about motivating people, because the ones them that were there before he came were just talking to them. So he motivated them and got them to be doing things, building things. Yes, that's what happened. Then the institutions, the trading and all these things were now moving. That's why the government moving on him. And then to really put the icing, the cherry on top of the cake, was now the relationship with Africa and going into Africa and developing that form of commerce, exchange, and so forth. Big thing. But look at it. Branson made money out of music. He made a lot of money out of reggae music and everything. But he's honored his country and himself, obviously. But he's employed his people and others. He's created vast employment. He's got trains, he's got airlines. Airlines going straight into Africa. Airlines going straight into the Caribbean. Yes. Bronson. So, I don't know. Am I right? Am I wrong? I'm not trying to be right and wrong. I'm just being who I am. Oh yeah, we're big in Birmingham, you know. We have nothing in Birmingham. But because there's a lot of nation as well, people mix us up. We're not the same. And we have some terrible Muslim too, you know. Don't think so that this is just holy, holy, holy. You understand? We have some terrible Muslims. Because we're human. You understand? Some terrible. I tell you. You understand? We're not talking about the ones that the government make up. We're talking about the Muslim. We're not talking about no terrorists and all these things. These are make up things with them people there. Right? But we have some terrible ones. Yeah. Look like me and don't look like me. You understand? They're human beings. But we bring them back. You understand? We don't go out there and spend a whole year and all them something there. No, them know what they've done. They know what they knew what they were doing, but them just get themselves caught up with other people. You understand? That's why we on this station, I'm saying we're come out. You understand? Because all the time that I'm doing this, I should be learning my deen called Al-Islam. You're joking, man. Yes, the flock of sheep. True. Yeah? Yes. Beg your pardon. Yes, it's true. The flock of sheep. Cause me say that. I just decided not to use the word, but yeah, flock. Thank you, my brother, our sister. Give thanks. Give thanks. Request to you are gone.
Oh, my people came to see the world written in the prophecy. Yeah. Long time Rasta said it would be dread. Now the chains are in your head. The diseases start to spread. Yeah. Seems there is no end in sight. They do the wrong and not the right. Every little thing they want to fight. This was not the way Jah planned, no. He made us with divine right. Every man is equal in his sight, yes. Might can't ultimately beat the right, no. When will you open your eyes? See the devil is in great disguise. Be too late when you realize. Jah is not the author of confusion. With the said you all should learn a lesson. Equality and justice, no compromise, no. To divide and rule is insanity. People need to know their history.
Yes, tomorrow you get that. But here what now, you see, me, I'm not criticizing the people them for the sake of criticizing them. And it's not really criticizing. I'm emphasizing that because I was there. And no one has decided, here what, this is the journey to Ethiopia. I did that myself. You understand? And a yearly, is in the last 4 years, I haven't gone. You understand? And there was one real reason, is because my wife gets her medical attention from there. That was one of the primary reasons why we go every year. You understand? For the treatment, but also to learn and to get close to the people them and develop an African identity in ourselves. Even as Muslims, no problem. You understand? But it's not just yearly throwing criticism. What we have to do is recognize something. You understand? Recognize. So, as a Muslim here in England, lot of building, lot of structures have happened. Even though we're 1, 2, and 3 here and there, lot of things. Lot of things. I tell you. You see? So, it's not to be this religious person and just sit down and say, I'm better than you, you know what I mean? No, it is develop yourself, let people see your house is open, and that's it. If them like Wagwan, alhamdulillah. If they not like Wagwan, alhamdulillah. But when we are said that we are going to do something, we do what we say we're going to do. We not pretend, right? And the things that we're doing is to learn, and we're learning the language, and we're learning language. You understand? And we are raising our children, and we're watching the beauty in the development. I tell you. Huh? And then we have become very good parents, very good people, because some people is not following what other nations or ethnic groups are doing. We're not. My parents them used to get me from school. From our children finish primary school, we see them to the setback and say, go on. And them get up and sort themselves out and then go to school and then come back and so on. Who's responsible for whom now? Right? These are things. And then we react after the police violate them and our incidents happen. Why is that? Because we have disconnected ourselves from our true responsibility. But then the man call us now to TV or somewhere, and we sit down and we paint a picture like him. And then say that it's this and this and this cause the problem, when we don't put ourselves in this place to show that we were in that space. And then we wonder why the people in Golders Green, in Hindon, in Stamford Hill, them live a certain way. The Asian man, them in such and such place, them live a certain way, and so forth. Because they care about themselves and about their generation, about their children. We use words like, yeah, we do care. What do we do in doing this care? It's not about saying something. It's about doing. So before our children reach out 13 and 14, they're seeking to hustle. That's why we've lost so much of them into the cemeteries. And now we're paying lease in the cemeteries. And we have a lot of families right now crying, and they're going to cry all December again, bad time, because this is supposed to be the end of the year, and, you know, not supposed to be is, and they recognize the Christmas and everything. And now the place becomes so lonesome on top of the virus that is out there and everything else. It's a tragedy. But we regurgitate the same tragedy again and again and again. See? At least one ayah in Islam just tell us, no, that can't be. You have the book of the 7 seals. Yeah, repeat that to open the book and to start and finish your prayer. But don't just stay there. You know what I mean? And why is you opening the book with the 7 seals? Understand the meaning and the implication of those seals, so you can use them appropriately and accordingly to yourself and within yourself. Islam is not just it's a liberty. I know that's a word that we used to use in Rastafari, you know what I mean? The liberty. But then something happened and people went King James. I don't know. But tomorrow, God willing, principal there, so we're there playing amusement. And the person that's up there may have a Skype, you know, and the Skype contact is Things Time, the contact. So if you Skype me, you understand, I would accept you and put you in the contact, and we can have conversation, or you can turn around and say, yo, stop that. What about this? I don't mind. You understand? It's good. So guidance to gone. Tomorrow, things and times we deal with you again tomorrow. Cultural expression, principle there. You understand? Guidance. Oh, Black Chat. Don't forget Black Chat. You know, me like Black Chat. Now me know say Black Chat is for we thing. You understand? I'm a big person up there on Black Chat, you know. Black Chat will go on. When I talk on Black Chat, me just put some symbols up there. We just put some African slogans and African images and things, expressions up there. Cause I try to build a relationship with some peoples, with ourselves,